everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. My name is Jared. In this video, we're talking about a disaster that's taken place in Mauritius and Reunion in the Pacific. In case you don't know where that is, let's pull up Google Earth. Here's Africa, here's the Indian Ocean, and then a ways off the coast of Madagascar, the east coast, you have these two islands, Mauritius and Reunion. And what happened was there was a cyclone that came through here. Let me go to Zoom Earth. And here it is. It's called Cyclone Belal, or I don't know how you pronounce that, Belal. I was looking at the wind speeds here, and you know, you have the different classifications. It's all the same thing: hurricanes, typhoons, cyclones. It's all the same thing. It just depends on what country is reporting, and they have different standards. And so to convert this over so we can understand it, if you're here in the United States, you can see that the wind speeds were 90 miles per hour. If we go to the Saffir-Simpson scale, a Category 1 hurricane goes up to 95, and then once it is 96 or above, or 96 to 110, then it's a Category 2. And so it seems to me that most of the time here, this would have been like in Category 1 territory. There was like a short time just before going over Reunion that it would have been a Category 2 hurricane. But that's what happened. And so we're going to look at that. I have a bunch of videos. Want to read some of the details. Also have an update on the death toll from the Japan earthquake and tsunami that happened on New Year's Day. So we are going to take a look at that. Let's actually go ahead and start with the earthquake and just get that out of the way really quick. So this is according to the Azerbaijan State News Agency, and there's a bunch of other articles out there from different news outlets, and I just picked this one. So as of right now, they're saying 232 confirmed dead after Japan's Noto quake. So again, this is the one that happened on January 1st. Let me show you what I had before. I have this earthquake tracker. Let me zoom in. Okay, so up here is the old number, what I had before I updated it today. And so far, it's been the only deadly earthquake, defined as an earthquake that kills 10 or more people. It's the only one so far this year. What I had before was 126 deaths, but as you can see, it's gone up to 232. I assume that just based on that article, it seems like the search is ongoing, so that may climb even more. But that's where we're at with the earthquake. And I have that also on this spreadsheet. Signs, disasters is the first disaster of the year that I'm tracking at the moment. Okay. And now let's talk about, let me zoom in. Let's talk about Mauritius and Reunion and this cyclone Belal that hit that area. There are a lot of videos that have come out of here. So here's a video from Zoom Earth that just kind of shows you an animation of how this happened. And it seems like this kind of went like when you take it from this extreme to this extreme, it looks like it went right down the middle between these two islands. So that's kind of interesting. Let me read some of the details really quick. This is from Associated Press. Mauritius and Reunion assessed damage from Indian Ocean cyclone that killed at least 4 people. So here you go. Reminds me of Acapulco when they got hit by that Category 5 hurricane, and the whole place looked like it went through a blender, and it's not too much different here. Okay, so Mauritius lifted its highest weather alert and eased a nationwide curfew Tuesday after a deadly cyclone battered the Indian Ocean island, causing heavy flooding and extensive damage in the capital and other parts of the country. I highlight capital because that's something that I pay particular attention to on this spreadsheet. Column D is if a capital city was affected by these disasters, just because when it comes to signs, I believe that signs are meant to communicate a message from our Heavenly Father to the inhabitants of the earth. And whenever you hit a capital city, it heightens or it underlines or, adds emphasis to that message. That's the way that I think of things. Okay. And it turns out that for both of these countries, or both of these, I'm not sure if Reunion is actually a country. I think it's a territory of France. But between these two, both of their capital cities were affected by this cyclone. So I've taken note of that. The nearby French island, yeah, there it is right there. The nearby French island of Reunion was assessing the aftermath of tropical cyclone Belal. French Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin said 2 more bodies had been found, during bringing the death toll there to 3. 1 person died in Mauritius. Belal ripped through the region off the coast of Africa on Monday and early Tuesday, but was now heading further into the Indian Ocean, and the Mauritius Meteorological Services said. And you can see that on Zoom Earth. So as of right now, it's skipped to right now. It's like out here, and it looks like pretty soon it's going to, right now it's classified as a moderate tropical storm, and then it's going to downgrade to a remnant low. So, okay, let's go back here. Roads in the Mauritius capital, Port Louis or Louis, and elsewhere turned into raging rivers on Monday. And we're going to look at videos of that. There's plenty of videos that have come out of Mauritius. Not so much Reunion, but it's crazy. I'll show you. On Monday, as Belal brought torrential rains and high winds, some people climbed onto the roof of their cars and clung on, according to videos published by Mauritius L'Express newspaper. Mauritius Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth and other members of his cabinet visited areas that had been hardest hit, especially in the south. The government said that Belal had left, quote unquote, a trail of damage over the country. Mauritius has a population of 1.2 million people and is a popular tourist destination. Okay, so now let's look at the videos. So we're back to this one, and we have been seeing a lot of this over the last few months, especially since like August and September. Those 2 months saw a lot of this kind of thing, a lot of like flash floods, and you know, you see all the typical things. Cars and people being swept away. This one has like all the hallmarks of these like major disasters. So got this video. This is in the capital city of Mauritius. Pretty much all of these are. Here's another one. I don't know. I guess this was like that side of the road was lower than the other one, and so the water flooded that side of the road. I'm not sure exactly, but all right, let's move on. This is a crazy video. Look at the water going down this spiral staircase. Incredible floods on the central bank of Mauritius in Port Louis or Louis, Mauritius. Okay, here's one of the ones we're used to seeing, people on top of their cars. It must have been like a flash flood type scenario. I don't know how else this would happen. Like, it happens so fast that you're just caught off guard. You see this car right here, the lights are still on, so either somebody is still in there or the keys are still in the ignition. But all right, here's another one, Cyclone Belal aftermath footage. And cars are just in places that they're not supposed to be. Lots of damage. Really sad. These guys, oh, these are police. This is from Mike Sharman. My mate in Mauritius sent me this from the cyclone. Watch, police being rescued by garbage truck. So that's typically not the natural order of things. Usually it's the police that are doing the saving, but not in this instance. And who would have thought? Yeah, those are some pretty strong currents in that area. More footage of the flood due to Cyclone Belal. This is Mauritius. Cars being swept away. It looks like it's that same road that we were looking at before. That car is just completely, is floating down the river. More terrifying footage of flooding caused by Cyclone Belal. Yeah, this particular event has a lot of video. There's a guy stranded on top of his car. Oh, there's a guy right there in the water. Yeah, this particular event has a lot of photos or a lot of videos of cars being swept away and floating. We kind of already looked at that. Major floods. The cyclone Belal passes in port. Let me know if it's Lewis or Louis. I didn't look that up ahead of time. Very strong currents. Very muddy water. Very dangerous. In this area, it looks a little bit more calm, but the water is deep, and there looks like there's either a dumpster or a garbage can. I think that's a garbage can, and here's another one. Or it's some kind of cylindrical object. That's another hallmark of these events, as we've noticed. Earth for tomorrow, streets turn into rivers. Move on. Did we already see? Okay, sorry. Sometimes I get duplicates. Earth for tomorrow. This isn't a scene out of an apocalyptic film. Hashtag Cyclone Belal has unleashed a flooding nightmare, leaving this woman stranded in her car. We should say on her car, in the capital city of Mauritius. Is there somebody in that trunk right there? Hold on. Whoever's filming this, please. Okay, no, there's nobody in the trunk, but you have that lady, that poor lady on top of her car, just floating away. We've seen a lot of that lately. Okay, wait, I already looked at that video. Okay, now these last ones, these videos are from Reunion, the French island. And so there's not as many videos coming out of there. This one is pretty terrifying though. Those are some really strong currents and it looks pretty deep. The other two just kind of show winds and rain from the storm itself. Trees being toppled. Like this one right here ends up toppling, snapping, falling to the ground. And then there's this one. So that's the update for right now. I've added this to my spreadsheets as well as Google Earth. Right now I have January selected and only January. Let me turn off borders and labels. So we have this cyclone that hit Reunion and Mauritius. We're tracking that. In the United States, mostly along the East Coast. There was a lot of flooding that took place, especially in the Northeast. I have some more videos of that to share with you, but I'll do that in another video. In Iceland, we had the volcano or the fissure that opened up and lava started going into the town of Grindavik. I haven't checked up on that, but I haven't seen anything on X. Usually if there's like something noteworthy that's happening, it'll show up on X. So hopefully the lava has stopped or hasn't destroyed any more homes, but that's been going on this month. And I think that's pretty much it. And then of course the earthquake in Japan. Yeah. So yeah, there's been a lot, but there's a lot more. I need to update more of what's been going on. And once I do, I'll do a video about that. All right. So that's going to be it for this one. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you liked it, leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Also make sure to share it, and I'll talk to you guys later.